So I'm gonna sit down because I just realized I'm wearing boxers. Yeah. School has started back up, and I have so many literature classes, so I'm really swamped with books. So I have no idea when I'm gonna have a chance to read any of these. Sad face. First, I have one that I have kind of mixed feelings about, and that's For a Divergent Collection by Veronica Roth. This is a bind up of all of the novellas from Four's perspective. I didn't like Allegiant, and one of the main reasons why I didn't like it was because I could never tell who was talking. I had to keep flipping back to the beginning of the chapter to find out if it was Four talking, was it Tris talking, was it a chicken? I don't know. I could never tell. Just didn't feel like she wrote different perspectives well enough for me to differentiate the characters. So I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to read this and not like it because the characterization is going to be off, but we shall see. Next are two books that I'm really excited to read. First one is Fangirl, and then Eleanor and Park, both by Rainbow Rowell, and I've never read a book by her, but she gets nothing but praise, and I hear that her writing is very nostalgic, and I'm feeling nostalgic, so looking forward to this. I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure this is going to end up being like my biography, and it has like fan fiction and fangirling. And then this one, I'm going to be honest, I know absolutely nothing about it, but my copy has fan art in it. Next, I have book 2 and book 4 in the Lux series, and I bet you're wondering, Candace, silly goose, where's book 3? You kind of need book 3 before you get to book 4. I'll tell you where book 3 is. Book 3 is stuck in Barnes& and Noble limbo. So I go on Barnes& and Noble and I get 2, 3, and 4 so I can finish the series because 5 isn't out yet. And then suddenly I get this weird email from Barnes& and Noble. We can't complete your order of number 3. You still want book number 3? I was currently in the process of moving into my dorm, so I didn't get a chance to read the email. And in fine little print on the bottom of the email, it says, you have 24 hours to respond to this email or your order will be canceled. So when I finally move into my dorm, I get on my email and I check my email, and there's a weird email from Barnes& and Noble saying they're canceling my order. And so I try and respond to it, and it says, it's been 24 hours. Your order has been canceled. So then I went back and I tried to buy only book number 3 because for some reason the order only canceled book number 3. It was when they were doing the cover changes and they were out of every single copy of Opal with these covers. And they only sold the bind ups. And I already had 4. So I wasn't going to go back and buy a bind up of 4 and 3 for like $11. So now I'm stuck with 2 and 4 in these covers, and I have no way of getting 3. It's really annoying because I have a feeling when I finish Onyx, I'm gonna want to jump into Opal, and I'm not gonna have it. See this, Barnes and Noble? This is an unhappy customer. 24 hours, my butt. I kid you not. I don't think I even gave you a synopsis for this. Basically, this girl moves into a new house, and she finds out her next door neighbor are aliens. The end. Next is kind of random, but I've always wanted to read a Ayn Rand book. Basically, all of her books were going to take me way too long to read. I just don't have the time right now to dedicate to reading any of her books. I was sad because I really wanted to read them. It's really, really tiny. It's only 56 pages. It's Anthem by Ayn Rand, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know what it's about. I know it's a dystopian, but I don't have any kind of synopsis. It's so short, I figured that reading a synopsis would pretty much be worthless because I can finish it so fast, I don't really need one. Next is Because I Am Furniture by Thalia Chaltis, and I've never heard of this book, never heard anyone talk about it. It's about a girl who, I think she has a brother and a sister, and her father is abusive to her brother and sister, but she is kind of invisible within the household, so she evades physical and mental abuse because she is basically a fixture in the house. She's because I am furniture. She's just furniture in the house. I wasn't that interested in getting it, but what ended up completely winning me over was the fact that it's in verse. Uh, so it's going to be a really fast read. Next is also kind of a random buy because it was $1 at a used bookstore once again. It's called Unhooked Generation by Julian Strauss, and I read the cover, and okay, so the cover says, it's a checklist, and it says, my soulmate is, and she checked off, a fantasy. And I read that, and I went, yeah, that's about right. And then I picked it up, and I put it in my cart. It is about dating, and it is about the 21st century. So I'm guessing it's about dating in the 21st century. Wow, way to go, Sherlock. The next book is something that I've been wanting to read the second that I saw it. That is Neverland by Anna Catmore, and it's basically about a girl who falls out a window and is caught by Peter Pan, and he takes her away to Neverland, and then she falls in love with Captain Hook. The cover's so soft and inviting, like a dolphin or a mermaid. You have no idea how excited I am to read this. I am way too excited. This is probably the book that I am most excited to read out of all of the books that I have in this book haul. Oh, I hope it's good because I'm so excited to read it. And there is a sequel, but I didn't get it because I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna love it as much as I hope I do. But if I do, you can guarantee that I'm gonna be reading that sequel ASAP. I'm so sorry, I don't know what that was. And lastly, I have 2 graphic novels. I have March. I believe this was written by a congressman. Yeah, Congressman John Lewis. And it is a graphic novel about the civil rights era. I believe it's about the marches and the sit-ins. And finally, I have a box set of Moz 1 and Moz 2. And in case you don't know what Moz is, basically a story about the Holocaust, but cats are the Nazis and mice are the Jews. And I believe it made a spot on the list of the greatest graphic novels of all time. This is number 1, this is number 2. So I'm excited to read these, even though they do obviously sound very, very depressing. Once again, I don't know when I'll get to these because, like I said before, I'm really not in the mood to be depressed right now. So these are the books. Oh, I lost one. So these are the books I have to show for September. Well, actually, that's a lie. These are the books that I've had since May because what? Oh, I know why. Your why. This little gem was holding all my other books hostage because in May, when it was my birthday and I had some birthday money, I ordered all my books, and this was a pre-order, so it was holding all of my books hostage. So those are the books that I have to show for September. Like I said before, I have so many assigned readings that I have to do this semester, so I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to get a chance to read all of these, but I'm really looking forward to them. I'm going to be honest, if there's any that I read, it's probably going to be this one. I'm so excited to read this. One might say I'm a fangirl of this book. So I hope you guys have a great day. Go out into the sunshine, not like me, when I only go outside when I absolutely have to, like when I have to go find food. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you sometime in the future. Goodbye. You missed your cue.